Like the sucks.
Today we will be taking a look at UNLV-TV and what they are doing to protest against Russia.
Plus an exclusive interview with a member from Revive Kicks.
All that and more coming up on Studio G. Oh, he went too far. Tell him to go back on the teleprompter. He skipped the intro. Welcome to Studio G. My name is Lei Caldejon.
And I'm Matthew Guanga. Thank you for joining us. Yesterday, Joe Biden gave another State of the Union address regarding the war in Ukraine. We will have a recap of his address tomorrow. As for today, U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield spoke on the crisis in Ukraine and the actions of one man's choices. Linda Thomas-Greenfield. Linda Thomas-Greenfield mentioned Russia's use of ban.
We will have more updates tomorrow surrounding the war between Ukraine and Russia. A local Las Vegas bar and restaurant is raising funds in support of Ukraine. Reporter Brianna De Leon has more on the scene.
Vegas, and we figured do what we do best, sell alcohol, sell people a good time. And so we came up with the idea of for $5 you get a shot of Ukrainian vodka, and 100% of the proceeds go to help Ukrainian humanitarian efforts. We started it on Friday and we've already raised thousands of dollars. It's been very successful. People have been coming all over the city. We actually have people calling in to support. There's a couple even flying in just to come and participate in this. It's been very, very successful, and we've only been doing it since Friday. So it's called the World Central Kitchen, and what it is it's a organization that provides meals to people on the front lines, people that are affected by either conflicts or natural disasters. And so we figured being a restaurant, helping provide meals was the best way for us to support. As a way to get more donations in for $300, you can actually dump out a bottle of Russian vodka. It's been very powerful, just like how a small act can mean such a strong protest, and such a nonviolent protest as well. We're not destroying bottles, we're not trying to do any acts of violence. We love Russian people. We know it's not them doing this. A lot of this is coming just from their leader. And so we want to support the Ukraine and, help them get through this tough time.
I'm Brianna De Leon reporting for Studio G.
UNLV-TV is maintaining their $5 Ukrainian vodka shots, with all proceeds going to humanitarian efforts until the crisis ceases. Even Ryan Reynolds is also contributing to the cause by matching up to $1 million of donations that are going to unrefugees.org/support-Ukraine.
This weekend, there was a shooting at Manny's Glow After Dark hookah lounge, which left one person dead and 13 others injured. Reporter Nick Todorovic has more on the story.
County officials have suspended the license and closed down Manny's Glow After Dark hookah lounge. The hookah lounge was home to a shooting that left one dead and 13 injured this weekend. After police officers reported the shooting to the county, they learned that the lounge was distributing hookah and alcohol without proper licensing. This is very worrisome for some hookah lovers.
I think that's just a recipe for disaster because obviously if they don't regard the liquor license laws, they aren't going to serve their customers safely.
Manny's Glow After Dark was also operating as a nightclub without any sort of licensing. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Nick Todorovich.
According to Metro, Lee Wilson, age 44, was arrested in connection with the incident. He has been booked into the Clark County Detention Center for 1 count of open murder and 12 counts of attempted murder.
The third ever person has been cured of HIV. Studio G reporter Nick Todorovich has more on the new medical method that is helping cure people of HIV.
HIV epidemic has been going on since 1981, and nearly 40 years later, scientists are finding a potential cure. Before the cure, there were strong antiretroviral drugs that could control HIV, but they wouldn't get the virus out of one's system. But now a mixed-race woman has become the third person to be cured of HIV. She received cord blood transplants, which is similar to what a cancer patient receives. Researchers believe that this is a monumental case because the patient was mixed race and female, and this shows that the cord blood transplants are successful. Reporting for Studio G, this is Nick Todorovich.
Even though only 3 people have been cured of HIV, scientists are hopeful that they will be able to cure more in the near future with the new rise in medical technology.
Coming up, lately the weather has been all over the place, but it seems to be returning to our normal spring temperatures. David will have more on that when we come back.
Illness is not always easy to see.
Third line, please.
DEPRESSION.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale. Bipolar? Sorting out a mental health concern is not something to attempt on your own.
Anxiety. I thought so.
Like many health conditions, help for mental illness takes professional diagnosis and treatment. And the sooner you seek treatment, the better.
Look at that. 6,000 steps and PTSD.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. Find out what to do. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
Chris Domine is a husband and a father. Chris is an athlete.
Fantastic.
Chris is even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die.
Fortunately, Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
You know, your well-being changes, you know, from loss of hope to hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
All right, welcome everybody. Today is the weather. I'm here hosting the weather today. Honestly, look at this beautiful city that we have here in Vegas. It's a great day to live in Vegas, especially with the weather coming back to regular Vegas temperatures. We're back in the 80s for the first time in this entire year, pretty sure. I haven't seen weather in the 80s for at least a couple of months. It feels like forever. And now we're finally in the 80s. Not much wind today. Honestly, usually we get a good amount of wind here in Vegas, something that can knock over your trash can. Nothing too crazy today. It feels very, I guess, Vegas-like, having 80s back. But for the Valley, everything's mostly in the 70s. Our outlier is sunrise. That is actually our high of today, which is in the 81s. Overall, though, North Las Vegas, 72. Las Vegas, 71. Summerlin, 71. Enterprise, 73. We're in the 70s throughout the entire valley. There's nowhere else besides Sunrise that is in the 80s. But soon, I feel like we're all going to be back in the 80s and be living like Vegas again. Here in our weather headlines, we have sunny with clear skies, low wind speeds, clear but chilly night. And honestly, today it's just a good day to be outside. Nothing is gonna keep you indoors, I think. If you wanna stay indoors, it's all fine, but honestly, go out for a walk, have a nice chill time with your family, go have a picnic. Today's a great time to be outside and maybe walk your dog. Honestly, when's the last time you walked Fido? You gotta go out with your dog, have a good time. And our evening planner, ooh, that is 3 p.m., 79, that's a bit hot. I'd say go out with a tank top. 73, that's a better temperature, I'd say. 64 at 9 p.m., honestly, right there, I think that's fine to go out, maybe have an outdoor lunch in like a nice little fancy restaurant, nothing too insane. And 12 a.m., I don't know why, but if you're out at that hour, maybe wear a sweater. And tomorrow morning, that is gonna be a bit more like what we've been seeing recently, 54 degrees, a little bit cold, not too crazy, especially for us local Vegasians. I think that's the right name. That's gonna be around 6:07 a.m. at our sunrise temperature. Honestly, more people should go outside and watch the sunrise. It's beautiful out here in Vegas. Go sit on your roof. Go live your Netflix romance comedy and go sit on your roof and watch the sunrise. It's honestly beautiful out here. And our 7-day forecast, wow, look at this. Oh man, this is so crazy. 81 is our only 81 of the week. We're not even in the 70s this entire rest of the week until 72. And you can ignore the floor director right there. But honestly, right now, we're gonna be going back to our classic, amazing anchors, Lay and Matt. What do you think of the weather, Matt? Or Lay, I mean.
I personally think the weather is great. And coming up, Daisuke Shimada from Revive Kicks will be one-on-one with Nicholas Sidorovich for an exclusive interview live on set.
If you're a parent, you've done it all this past year. But the one thing you may not have done is take care of yourself. At Boys Town, we know that a parent's mental health is important too. Visit boystown.org/stressedout for great self-care tips for parents. You can even download an ebook to guide you and your family through self-care strategies. Because healthy parents are key to happy families.
The prompt is wrong. Welcome back to Studio G. If you guys ever have any dirty shoes or any needs to clean, I have the solution for you guys today. I'm joined with Daisuke Shimada, the founder of Revive Kicks. Daisuke, thank you for joining us. So, tell me, how'd you get into this shoe cleaning industry? How'd you start cleaning shoes?
Thanks, Nick. So I started cleaning shoes back in high school. I couldn't really afford the shoes I wanted at a resale price point, so I decided to buy the shoes used, a little bit more beat up, at the cheapest price point I could possibly find, just so I could be able to use the shoes I wanted. I then started taking pictures of those shoes, trying to resell them and making a small profit, and then reinvesting into the business. That's how I got my experience.
So when did you realize that you can make a living off this, grow your business? I think you're around 20,000 followers on Instagram. When did you realize that this is for real?
I started doing this mostly as a hobby, just to make a little bit of side income during school hours. But once I started college and I started majoring in business, I started taking a higher interest in expanding the business and actually taking it a little bit more seriously. So once my clientele grew a little bit past the point where I could do it full time, then I decided that it was something serious that I could really take seriously.
So when you started this business when you were younger, we all have someone in our life that changes things for us and makes us appreciate them. Who was that person for you that you look back now and you're I could not have been this successful with Revive Kicks if it wasn't for this one person?
I probably credit my parents. They always showed me a good entrepreneurial hustle growing up. Growing up in Cuba, there was a lot of poverty and a lot of desperation, and a lot of people turned to different means to make a living on their own. So just looking at that, it really inspired me to make a living doing my own thing and just start my own business.
So you mentioned Cuba. Are you first generation American? Were you born there too? What's that background like? I was also born in Cuba. I came to this country around 2008. My dad came about 2 years earlier to save up some money to bring me and my mom. So yeah, it's a dope story. Yeah, that's an awesome story. Now let's get into some of the people you worked with. Who are some celebrities that you've cleaned their shoes? Like, who are the most famous people you've worked with?
Some of the most well-known names that I work with a lot of professional athletes such as Rolando Romero, Devin Haney. I also do a lot of work with influencers and YouTubers such as FaZe Clan, Sherman the Vermin, Brawades, and other artists and models alike.
How is it working with these people? Like, how do they treat you? Is it a good experience? Like, how would a day with one of these celebrities be like, in your opinion? Like,
it's a great experience. Everybody I've met so far has been really genuine, and they've been really upfront with their intentions. Everybody's been a really good person. They've really welcomed me with open arms and really made me feel comfortable working with them.
so like now that you have these connections and all these people know you and they probably talk to their other celebrity friends about you, how do you manage to keep growing the brand?
I just try to offer a good quality service and offer good customer service to my clients. Confidentiality and promptness is very important to these people. They want their shoes done on time, they want it done right, and they want it done up to their standards. So I always make sure to deliver on everything I can, and then it just has them coming back and telling their friends about us.
So what are the goals for Revive Kicks this year?
This year we just started up our first official storefront office, so we are looking to expand and bring some people into our operations and have them start helping with the cleaning. And then we are also looking to start putting out a product line where we'll be offering shoe cleaning, shoe disinfectant, and other shoe cleaning accessories to help you clean your own shoes at home. Alongside that, I will also be launching a course where you will be able to learn how to clean the shoes up to our standards with our materials and tips.
Yeah, so the last thing, where can people find you? Like, where's the location of the store? What's your social media?
Our new location is on 6370 West Flamingo Road on Suite 14N. We are on appointment only at the moment until we lock down our schedule full time. But until then, you can always contact me through my website at revivekicks.com or through my social media pages at Revive Kicks or Revive Kicks LV.
Daisuke, thank you, my man.
Hey, appreciate you having me on, brother.
So Jacob Teller will have more on the San Miguel resort after this break.
My name is Blake.
Prompter so
I
wrong.
received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Chris Domine is a husband and a father. Chris is an athlete. Chris is even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant and if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die.
Fortunately, Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
You know, your well-being changes, you know, from loss of hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you could make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
San Miguel Community Garden is located on West Alexander and Bradley Road. Reporter Jacob Teller has more.
San Miguel Community Garden is completely organic and is ran off of donations and volunteer work. The garden can also serve as community service hours as well as educational opportunities for kids around the valley. There are nearly 80 lots and counting for people all over the community to take part in growing whichever crops are in season at the time. The garden is open to the public. They only ask that you close the gate while entering or leaving to avoid raging rabbits from coming in and eating the lettuce. I spoke with Chuck Benyon, the man who planted the seed for the garden back in 2013, to see what he had to say about the growth of San Miguel over the years.
I do a lot of running in the neighborhood, and I realize I don't know my neighbors. I know my immediate neighbors, but I don't know anybody in this area. So the idea came, how do we bring people together in a way that's sort of neutral, that doesn't focus on politics or religion or race, but just kind of that. And garden is a great way to do that. So, and then it's word of mouth. It really is just word of mouth. People in the neighborhood, of course, walking by and seeing what it is, they'll come in and do it. We have about 1,600 people on our Facebook page, and that's all just people that find out about us in the front and sign up. We are doing an Easter egg hunt that's coming up the Saturday before Easter in April. We get probably 200, 250 people that come out for that. It's a great event.
San Miguel has grown exponentially over the years, and that is in part thanks to the hundreds of volunteers and organizations that contributed. Morris Bedard, aka Grandpa Mo, is one of the first ever volunteers for the garden.
This is not a place for growing things for commercial, or we don't sell anything. The idea is to come out here and absorb the experience. That's the biggest part. If you don't plant one thing and you just want to sit down here by the stream and read a book, please come out and do it.
Projects such as these require the help of the community in order to flourish, but individual efforts such as Grandpa Mo's and plenty of other hardworking people have made Chuck's vision a reality day in and day out. It's a beautiful day here at San Miguel Community Garden, a garden which was founded in 2013 by the owner Chuck Benyon. He planted the seed back in 2013, and ever since it's been growing. There's plenty of lots to grow plenty of crops, and this garden is always looking for more volunteers or simply a donation if people can spare some change. This is Jacob Teller reporting for Studio G.
Join the San Miguel Community Garden, Las Vegas, Nevada official group on Facebook to stay updated on what goes on with the group. There are nearly 1.6 thousand members and growing.
Now, let's wind down our afternoon broadcast with some sports and entertainment. The Wise Power 400 took place in Fontana, California. This past weekend, with Kyle Larson taking home first place, Las Vegas will be hosting the Pennzoil 400 at 12:30 Pacific Time. Las Vegas has been the annual host of the Pennzoil 400, and NASCAR fans will come swarming in to check out their favorite drivers at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Ticket prices will be starting at $95. The event will last 4 days, beginning on Thursday and ending on Sunday. Even though Flores' lawsuit is still ongoing, he was hired by the Pittsburgh Steelers to be...
Every sports fan knows March is all about college basketball. As both men and women March Madness tournaments commence in the heart of March, Selection Sunday for both leagues are on March 13th. Both tournaments look extremely challenging to make it out of for every team. So many good teams going head-to-head where the best will only survive in a win-or-lose one-game tournament. Last year's winners on the men's side was Baylor as they put on a performance against Gonzaga in the championship. And last year's winners on the women's side were the Stanford Cardinal, where they closed out the Arizona Wildcats in great fashion. Tune in on the week of March 13th as games commence. Before the NCAA chooses the teams to participate, they will look to battle it out in their respective conferences and tournaments, where they will crown a conference champion and clinch a berth to March Madness. Conferences like Mountain West, Pac-12 will be at it here in Las Vegas.
Fans can watch the March Madness tournament at the Thomas & Mack Center as well as the new Dollar Loan Center.
Golden Knight players have inspired many local Las Vegans to pick up a stick and shoot the puck around. But there aren't many outdoor street hockey rinks to play on. Reporter Nick Todorovich has more on what the NHL, Golden Knights, and ESPN are doing to change this.
Hockey has become one of the quickest growing sports in the community. People of all ages are beginning to play the sport competitively and recreationally. However, the city only has a handful of outdoor hockey rinks, and the surfaces on these rinks are below average. The National Hockey League, the Golden Knights, and ESPN announced a commitment to build a ball hockey rink in Vegas to give more people the opportunity to play hockey. This one rink will give all Las Vegans the opportunity to showcase their skills and play the beautiful game of hockey with their friends and family. Reporting for Studio G, this is Nicholas Todorovich.
There is no timetable when court will be open, but the NHL, ESPN, and the Golden Knights are doing this as a legacy to the 2022 NHL All-Star Weekend, which took place on the Strip. We will update you on more information on where the court will be and when it will open when we find out more details.
And up next, more on the WWE.
WWE is Barry Sabine.
As COVID-19 restrictions begin to lift across the country, so are big music festival events. Studio G, Renica Mabalo has more.
Major music festivals Coachella and Stagecoach announced last fall that they will be dropping vaccination requirements and will now also be dropping negative COVID tests and mask requirements. Festival organizer Golden Voice took out all safety precautions as the California Department of Public Health released new guidelines no longer requiring proof of vaccinations for large outdoor events. Stagecoach released a statement on Twitter announcing the drop of health and safety protocols, while Coachella updated the rules information on their website. Both festivals are set to be held in Indio, California over several weekends from late April into early May. I'm Renika Mabala reporting for Studio G.
Although both festivals have dropped all COVID-19 restrictions, Coachella also posted on their website, quote, "There is no guaranteed express or implied that those attending the festival will not be exposed to COVID-19.
Life is Beautiful is returning to Las Vegas for the 9th time since debuting in October of 2013. Studio G reporter Molly Peters has all the ticketing info for downtown Las Vegas's very own music and art festival.
Early bird tickets for this year's Life is Beautiful Music and Art Festival are going on sale tomorrow, March 3rd at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Tickets are limited and prices will be at their lowest for this festival season. General admission wristbands will be available for $345 plus fees. VIP wristbands jump up to $755 plus fees. VIP Plus will be $1,495 plus fees, and all-in wristbands will be available for just under $3,000. Layaway options are available for each tier except for the all-in passes. With pass lineups that include Tame Impala, Muse, and Kanye West, it's important to buy your tickets as soon as possible to avoid the inevitable hike in prices on the resale market. Head on over to lifeisbeautiful.com to sign up for email notifications for tomorrow's drop, and be sure to only purchase your wristbands through Front Gate Tickets.
Front Gate Tickets is the authorized vendor for all early bird tickets tomorrow. Life is Beautiful cannot verify the policies of third-party ticket resellers, so be sure to read the fine print and only buy from reputable sellers.
Today is Dr. Seuss's birthday, which means it is National Read Across America Day.
Happy birthday to the great Dr. Seuss.
Oh, Dr. Seuss, Green Eggs and Ham, and Sam I Am.
That was a banger growing up. That was the best one.
It was. I love his rhymes. He just goes at it so fire.
He really does. And something that's really cool, I actually just learned this recently, thanks to twitter.com, that Dr. Seuss, he made this book because his publisher challenged him to write a book using only 50 words.
Wow, that's a great fact. The more you know, right?
Thank you, Twitter.
Thank you for watching.
And be sure to tune in tomorrow at noon for more Studio G and updates on the President's State of the Union address.
Oh, I got it.